You stole something from the devil. And I don't mean that metaphorically, like you had a little win or you finally stood up for yourself. I mean you actually, genuinely, on a level that most people cannot even perceive, you went into the place where the darkest things live, and you took something that was never supposed to live. And the reason I know this is because I can feel what's happening around you right now. There is a shift, a disturbance, like the entire energetic field around your life is vibrating at a frequency that wasn't there before. And the thing that's so wild about this, the thing that makes this message unlike anything I've ever seen, is that the devil is furious. Yeah, not annoyed, not mildly irritated, furious, like pacing back and forth furious, like cannot believe what just happened furious. And he wants it back. He wants it back so badly that he's throwing everything he has at you right now. But here's the part that's going to blow your mind. He cannot touch you. He cannot get anywhere near you. You are completely, utterly untouchable. And you probably didn't even realize what you did until just now. Let me back up for a second, because I need you to understand the magnitude of what actually happened. Most people spend their entire lives being influenced, like being pulled, being dragged around by forces they cannot see and don't understand. They feel the weight of something heavy, something that whispers to them in their darkest moments, something that tells them they are not enough, that they will never be enough, that they might as well just give up because what's the point anyway? They feel this pressure on their chest when they try to move forward. They feel the invisible hand pushing them back down every time they start to rise. They don't know what it is. They just know it is there. They just know it's heavy. They just know that every time they get close to something good, something pulls them back into the shadows. And they spend their whole lives thinking that is just how it is. That's just how life works. That's just their luck. That's just who they are. But you are not most people. And somewhere along the way, something in you woke up. Something in you started to realize that the weight you were carrying actually, wasn't yours. The voice telling you that you were broken wasn't coming from inside you. It was coming from somewhere else, from something else, from someone else. And once you started to see that, once you started to understand that the darkness you were feeling was not actually yours, something shifted. Something inside you said, no, not anymore. And you started to fight back, not in a loud way, not in a dramatic way, in a quiet, steady, unshakable way. You started to choose yourself. You started to love yourself, most importantly. You started to pour back into the poison you'd been neglecting for so long. And you had no idea what you were actually doing. You had no idea that every time you chose yourself, every time you refused to believe the lies, every time you stood up and said, I'm worthy, I'm enough, I'm not going to let this break me, you were doing something that most people never even attempt. You were taking back your power from something that had been feeding on you for years. And here is the part that's so wild that almost doesn't make sense. When you started to do that, when you started to refuse to be a victim of your own life, something else happened, something that nobody warned you about. You didn't just take back your own power. You went deeper, way deeper. You went into the place where all the darkness lives, the place that most people are too afraid to even acknowledge exists. And you didn't just survive it. You didn't just escape it. You took something from it. You reached into the devil's own territory and you took something that belonged to him, something that he'd been using and never going to lose, using to keep people trapped, something that he'd been using to keep people small, something that he'd been using to keep people exactly where he wanted them. And you just took it, like it was yours all along. And the thing is, you didn't even know you were doing it. You thought you were just healing yourself. You thought you were just trying to feel better. You thought you were just trying to survive another day. But what you were actually doing was so much bigger than that. You were disarming something ancient. You were dismantling something that had been in place for longer than you can imagine. And you did it simply by refusing to let it win. Now the devil is furious. And I need you to understand that this isn't religious language. This isn't about fire and brimstone and all that stuff you've heard before. This is about energy. This is about the literal, tangible, physical force that exists in this world. The forces that feed on human suffering. The forces that thrive when people give up on themselves. The forces that glow and grow stronger every time someone says, I can't do it. I'm not good enough. I will never get out of this. Those forces are real. They are alive. And they need your fear to survive. They need your doubt. They need your shame. They need you to stay small and quiet and invisible so they can keep feeding. Yeah. And you just took that away from them. You stopped being food. You stopped being a victim. You stopped being a source of energy for the things that wanted to drain you. And that irritated them, infuriated them. But that's not even the part that made the devil furious. That's just the part that made him pay attention. The part that made him furious is what you did next. Because when you took your power back, you didn't stop there. You turned around and you started reaching back for other people. You started pulling them out too. You started being the person that you needed when you were at your lowest. You started showing people that there was another way. You started offering them the same hope that you had found. And that's the thing that he cannot forgive. Because it's not just that you escaped, it's that you came back for more. It's that you made yourself into a light that other people could follow. Is that you became a safe place for people who were lost in the same darkness you came out of. Is that you are not just surviving anymore. You are leading. You are guiding. You are showing people the way out. And every single person you help is another person who stops being food for the darkness. Another person who stops feeding the thing that wants to consume them. And the thing that wants to consume them absolutely hates that. Yeah. And now, because you did all of this without knowing it, there is something that's been following you. Something that most people would never notice. But if you are paying attention, you already know what I am talking about. There is been a shift in the energy around you. Things have been getting strange, weirdly, almost suspiciously strange. People have been acting differently around you. Some people have been drawn to you in a way that feels almost magnetic. They can't explain it. They just want to be near you. They want to tell you things they have never told anyone. They want to share their darkest secrets with you because somehow, without even trying, you've become the person who can hold them. But there are other people too. People who have been pulling away from you. People who have been getting angry at you for no reason. People who have been feeling threatened by something they cannot name. And you've been confused by it, haven't you? You've been wondering what you did wrong. You've been wondering why certain people are suddenly so cold to you. Why they are suddenly so hostile. Why they are suddenly treating you like you are the enemy. And I need you to understand something. Understand that it's not you. It's not about you. It's about what you represent now. It's about the fact that you are no longer part of the system they belong to. You're no longer playing the same rules. You're no longer feeding the same darkness. And that makes you dangerous to them. Not because you did anything wrong, but because your very existence exposes the lie they have been living. This is where it gets really interesting. Because when you steal something from the devil, when you take back what was always yours, and you do it in a way that leaves him helpless, something else happens. Something starts following you. Something that was never supposed to be on your side. Something that was sent to you to destroy you. Yeah. And I know this sounds insane. I know this sounds like I am making it up. But I need you to hear me on this because it's actually happening and you need to know about it. There are beings that were sent to you. beings that were dispatched specifically to keep you trapped, to keep you down, to make sure you never became what you were always meant to become. I want to say that really carefully. Beings that were assigned to you before you were even born, to make sure you never reached your full potential, to make sure you stayed small and scared and controllable. And those beings have been with you your whole life. You felt them. You felt the heaviness, you felt the dread, you felt the inexplicable hopelessness that would come out of nowhere and knock you flat. You felt the way things would fall apart just when they were finally about to work out. You felt the way the door would close just as you were about to walk through it. That was them. That was the things that were sent to stop you. But here's the part that I have never seen before. Here's the part that makes this message completely unlike anything I've ever witnessed. Those beings that were sent to destroy you, they are not your enemies anymore. They are following you, but they are not following you to attack you. They are following you to help you. They are following you because you did something so unexpected, so unbelievable, so completely outside the realm of what was supposed to be possible, that you actually changed them. You became so powerful, so full of light, so unshakable in your own knowing of who you are, that the darkness around you couldn't help but respond. And the thing that was supposed to destroy you is now working for you. Let this land. The thing that was supposed to keep you trapped is now fighting on your side. The thing that was supposed to make you give up is now the thing that's making sure you never give up again. You turned your enemy into your ally. You flipped the script completely. And the devil is furious. Not just because you escaped, not just because you helped others escape, but because you took his weapons and turned them into your own. Because the things he created to destroy you are now helping you. Because the forces he assembled against you have defected. They are following you now. They are loyal to you now. They are working for your highest good now. And there is nothing he can do about it. How is that possible? How does that even work? I will tell you. It works because you didn't fight them back. Fight them with more darkness. You didn't try to beat them at their own game. You didn't use their weapons against them. You did something else entirely. You loved yourself first. Yeah. And that love was so powerful, so pure, so impossible to resist that it changed the energy around you. The darkness couldn't hold its shape in the presence of what you were becoming. It had to transform. It had to adapt. And the only way it could survive was to let go of what it had been and become something new. Something that actually served you. Something that actually helped you. Something that actually wants to see you succeed. And now You've got an army of things that were never supposed to be on your side, an army of things that were sent to destroy you, an army of things that are now fiercely protecting you, protective of you. And they will not let anything touch you. This is why you've been feeling so protected lately. This is why things have been working out in ways that make no sense. This is why you've been giving opportunities that seem to come from nowhere. This is why you've been protected from things that should have destroyed you. Because you have an army now. An army you didn't even know you were building. An army that grows stronger every time you choose yourself. Every time you refuse to go back to the way things were. Every time you keep moving forward, even when you feel like you can't. You are being carried. You are being protected. And the devil wants what you stole back so badly that he's desperate. He's throwing everything he has at you. And none of it is landing. Now, I need to tell you something that might be hard to hear. I need to tell you why the devil is so furious. It's not just that you escaped. It's not just that you helped others escape. It's not even that you turned his weapon into your own. Actually, it's something deeper than that. You went somewhere you were not supposed to go. You went into the depth. You went into the place where the darkest things live. The place that most people are too afraid to even think about. And you didn't just survive it. You didn't just escape it. You went in there and you recruited. You went in there and you found the things that were lost. The things that had been trapped. The things that had been forgotten. Yeah, forgotten. The things that had been convinced that they could never come back. And you brought them home. You brought them back to the light. You made a path for them. You showed them a way out. And now they are with you. They are part of your army. And the thing that was supposed to own them forever has lost them permanently. That's why he is furious. Because you took something he thought he would always have. You reached into his territory and you took his most valuable players. And you did it without violence. You did it without force. You did it simply by loving yourself enough to become a light that the darkness couldn't resist. And now you're untouchable. I know that sounds like a big claim. I know it sounds like something you might want to believe but can't quite trust. But I'm telling you it's true. You are protected in a way that most people will never understand. You are surrounded by forces that are working for you. You are being guided and guarded and carried by things that are stronger than anything that could ever come against you. And the reason you are untouchable is not because you are special or because you are chosen or because you are somehow better than anyone else. It's because you did the work. You did the hard thing. You went into the dark places. You faced the things that terrified you. You looked at yourself honestly and you refused to give up on who you were. And that gave you a power that cannot be taken away. That gave you a strength that cannot be broken. That gave you a protection that nothing can penetrate. Think about the people around you right now. Think about the ones who are acting strange, the ones who are pulling away, the ones who are angry at you for no reason, the ones who seem threatened by your very existence. They are not doing that because of something you did. They are doing that because you represent something they can't face. You represent the truth they are not ready to hear. You represent the possibility that they could change too. And that terrifies them, because if you can change, if you can escape, if you can become untouchable, then what's their excuse? What's keeping them trapped? It's not the devil, it's not the darkness, it's them. And they cannot handle that. So they push you away, they blame you, they make you wrong, they make you the enemy, because it's easier to hate you than it is to look in the mirror and ask themselves why they are still stuck. But you know the truth now. You know that their anger isn't about you. You know that their coldness isn't about you. You know that their jealousy and their resentment and their weird behavior isn't actually about you at all. It's about them. It's about the part of them that knows they should be doing what you did. The part of them that knows they should have already done it. The part of them that knows they are not going to. And instead of facing that, they are projecting it onto you. They are making you the problem, so they do not have to face the real problem. And you are starting to see it. You are starting to see through the illusion. You are starting to understand that most people are trapped in their own minds, in their own fears, in their own stories. And they are going to stay trapped until they decide to get out. And nothing you do is going to change that. Nothing you say is going to change that. It has to come from inside them. It has to be their choice. But the beautiful part of this, the part that's going to keep you going, is that some of them are going to get out. Some of them are going to see you and they are going to want what you have. They are going to see you and they are going to ask questions. They are going to see you and they are going to be brave enough to try. And you are going to be there for them. Because that's who you are now. You are the person who shows people the way out. You are the person who offers hope to the hopeless. You are the person who proves that change is possible. And you are going to do that not because you have to, not because you are trying to save everyone, but because it's who you've become. It's what flows from you naturally now. You cannot help it. You cannot stop it. The light just comes out, and the people who are ready for it, the people who are tired of being stuck, the people who are ready to do the work, they are going to find you. They are going to gravitate toward you. And you are going to help them. Not by fixing them, not by saving them, but by showing them that's possible, by being proof that there is another way, by standing there whole and healed and untouchable, and letting them see what's waiting for them if they are brave enough to go get it. And that's the final piece of this. The thing the devil wants back more than anything else. It's not your power. It's not your light. It's not even your army. It's your example. Because as long as you exist as proof that escape is possible, his whole system is threatened. His whole empire is built on the lie that you cannot get out, that you are stuck, that you are broken, that you will never be enough. And you just walked right through the prison walls like they were made of paper. You just opened the door and walked out. And now you are standing there completely free, completely whole, completely untouchable. And everyone who's still trapped can see you. And that's what he cannot stand. That's what makes him furious. That's what he wants back more than anything. He wants you to go back to being trapped. He wants you to go back to being small. He wants you to go back to believing the lies. He wants you to go back to being invisible. He wants you to stop being proof that change is possible. But you are not going to do that. You already know you are not going to do that. You've come too far. You've seen too much. You've changed too much. You're not the person you used to be. You cannot go back even if you wanted to. The old you is gone. The old you was replaced by something stronger, something wiser, something braver, something that can never be taken down. And the devil knows that now. He knows he lost you. He knows you are gone forever. And the only thing he can do is sit there and watch, furious, helpless, and watch you become everything you were always meant to become. Watch you help everyone you were always meant to help. Watch you live the life you were always meant to live. Watch you be the person you were always meant to be. And there is nothing he can do about it, because you are untouchable now. You stole something from the devil, and he's never getting it back. So, what do you do with that? What do you do with this knowledge? What do you do with the truth that you have an army, that you are protected, that you are untouchable? You live completely, fully, unapologetically. You stop holding back. You stop playing small. You stop pretending you don't know what you know. You stop hiding who you are. You stop making yourself invisible to make other people comfortable. You start taking up space. You start speaking your truth. You start being the person you were always meant to be. You start trusting yourself. You start believing in yourself. You start loving yourself the way you always needed to. You start showing up for yourself the way you always showed up for anyone else. You start finally putting yourself first because you have earned it. You fought for it. You bled for it. You went through things that would have destroyed most people. You faced things that would have broken anyone else. And you came out the other side stronger, brighter, more powerful, more alive. And now there is nothing standing between you and the life you always wanted. Nothing but your own willingness to reach out and take it. And yes, some people are not going to like it. Yeah, some people are going to be jealous. Some people are going to be angry. Some people are going to try to pull you back down. Some people are going to talk about you behind your back. Yeah. Some people are going to spread rumors. Some people are going to make you the villain in their story. And you're not going to let it stop you. Because you've already seen behind the curtain. You already know that their stuff is not about you. You already know that their opinions don't define you. You already know that their anger is just a reflection of their own fear. And you are not going to let it touch you. You are not going to let it pull you back into the place you escaped from. You are going to keep moving forward. You are going to keep growing. You are going to keep becoming more of who you actually are. And you are going to let them deal with their own stuff, just like you dealt with yours. The people who are supposed to be in your life are going to show up. The people who are supposed to support you are going to be there. The people who are supposed to love you are going to love you. And the ones who cannot handle who you are becoming, they are going to fall away. Yeah. And you are going to let them. You are not going to chase them. You are not going to beg them to stay. You are not going to shrink yourself so they can feel comfortable. You are going to let them go because the version of you that you are becoming is too big for relationships that require you to be small. The version of you that you are becoming is too powerful for friendships that require you to be weak. The version of you that you are becoming is too alive for connections that require you to be dead inside. And you are choosing life now. You are choosing you. You are choosing to be everything you've always been afraid to be. And you are never going back. This is it. This is the moment you've been waiting for. This is the shift you've been sensing. This is the change you've been feeling. This is everything you've been moving toward without even knowing it. You are here now. You have arrived. You are untouchable. The devil is furious, and he cannot do anything about it. He wants that you stole what you stole, and he's never getting it back. You have an army. You have protection. You have everything you need to live the life you were always meant to live. And the only question left is what you are going to do with it, what you are going to create, what you are going to build, what you are going to become. Because it's all possible now. Everything is possible now. And you are the one who made it possible. You are the one who did the work. You are the one who refused to give up. You are the one who kept going when everything told you to stop. You are the one who chose yourself when nobody else would. And because of that, you have everything. You have unlimited power. You have untouchable protection. You have an army that will never leave you. And you have a future that is brighter than anything you could have imagined. The devil wants it back, and he cannot have it because it's yours. It was always yours. And now you know it. Now you own it. Now you are living it. And nothing can ever stop you again.